In this video, we'll be doing some extra examples using the quadratic formula. So hopefully you already sang along a few times to the other video. If you have not been singing yet, please go watch the sing-along video because we're going to be singing, and that's how we're going to get through this. So to be able to use the quadratic formula, I need to know it, and that's where the singing comes in. So let's sing together. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. X equals negative b plus or minus square root. B squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Like that. So we'll use this formula to help us navigate through some of these problems. So let's try this. So one of the main things is before using the formula, the equation must equal 0. So example 1, let's say I had 3x squared plus 4x minus 7 equals negative 2. Well, the very first thing I have to do is make sure this equation equals 0, and then I can use the quadratic formula. So the first thing we'll do is add 2 to both sides, combining like terms. So now I have 3x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. So now we have our formula in standard form equaling 0, and we're able to plug into our formula. Let's identify our pieces. We have a equals 3, my number in front of the x squared, b equals 4, and c equals negative 5. And we're going to plug into our formula. Let's sing. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. X equals negative b plus or minus square root. B squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So now I'm going to plug in. So I have x equals negative 4 plus or minus square root 4 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 5 all over 2 times 3. I'm just plugging in. B was 4. B's 4. B squared is 4 squared. 4 squared. Minus 4ac, so 4 times a times c, minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is negative 5, all over 2 times 3, which is 6. Now it's just a matter of simplifying. So we'll say x equals negative 4 plus or minus square root. 4 squared is 16. Negative 4 times 3 times negative 5 would be positive 60 all over 6. So now we have x equals negative 4 plus or minus square root 76 over 6. Now can we simplify this any further? Let's look at the square root of 76 and see if we can simplify that. So we'll take our 76. I'm creating my factor tree. We have 2 and 38, and then we have 2 and 19. So if you remember, a pair pops out. Whatever's left stays inside. So now we have x equals negative 4 plus or minus 2 root 19 over 6. Now each one of these of my numbers on the outside of the radicals can be divided by 2. But I need all 3 of them to be for this to work. So I need all 3 of these numbers to be divisible before, so I can simplify this fraction. So I can divide each one of these by 2. So I'm going to do that. And I end up with x equals negative 2 plus or minus root 19 over 3. So negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. 2 divided by 2 is our hidden 1 that I did not write. The root 19 stayed, and then 6 divided by 2 is 3. And this is our two solutions. So I can say x equals negative 2 plus root 19 over 3, or x equals negative 2 minus root 19 over 3. These are our exact values, and then we use our calculator to find our approximate values. So I'll use a calculator. I'm going to my computer for my calculator. So I'm going to say negative 2 plus square root. So negative 2 plus square root of 19, so square root of 19. And then I'll take that number and divide it by 3, and I get 0.8. Now if I do so now I'm going to do the other side where I do negative 2 minus the square root of 19, and then take that number and divide it by 3. I get negative 2.1. Like that. So these are exacts, and this is approximate. Like so. So that's an extra example and how we can solve using the quadratic formula. So the main idea is it must equal 0. So we'll do that little bit of work first. Then we plug into our formula. X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And then we'll simplify. And then we can simplify even further because these are fractions, so we can divide those out. And then the last thing we'll need to do is be able to list our answers as exact answers and as approximate answers. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.